What is a fact or statistic that seems fake but is real?
Which submission did you agree with the most? Let us know in the comments.
Chainsaws were invented to assist with childbirth. In 1780, two Scottish doctors invented the prototype of the chainsaw. Not to cut down trees or clear debris. No, John Aitken and James Jeffray invented the hand-cranked chainsaw to cut through the pelvises of delivering mothers who were having trouble pushing their babies out.
Disturbing, but then again, medical experimentation most of the time is.
3 out of every million Icelandic people are Bjork.
The Vatican has 2 popes per kilometer too.
This is my favorite by far.
If you took all the DNA in every cell of your body and laid it end to end, it would reach from the Sun to Jupiter and back 13 times. I think that's the proper number that I read in a science book. It's been a while.
In average, a human eats 2 spiders a year. This sounds fake, but it's actually thanks to Spider George, who eats 16 billion spiders a year.
Spiders George, who lives in cave and eats over 10,000 each day, is an outlier. ADN should not have been counted.
We share 60% of our DNA with strawberries. Over 60% for bananas. Not so crazy when you think about how we're 70% water. Edit, apparently we don't even have DNA in water, so it's even crazier than I thought, smiley face.
The water content is irrelevant as it doesn't contain DNA.
Even more fascinating then.
But if cucumbers are 90% water and humans are 70% water, doesn't that make us at least 75% cucumber?
That would explain Gunny Hartman's speech. You are cukes. You are the lowest form of life on Earth. You're not even human fucking beings. You are unorganized grabastic pieces of cucumis shit.
1% of the population controls 99% of the wealth. Keep in mind we live in a planet with over 8 billion ppl.
I can hear Andrew Tate shouting to us to become that 1%. Well, what if we did? That surely would turn the tables of that statement.
If you make more than $40,000 per year, then you are one of the 1% on a global scale.
Continents move at the same rate that fingernails grow, which is also the same rate that the moon is receding from the earth.
Interesting. And a bit worrying maybe. But that's a future gen problem.
Hey there, could you please make sure you are subscribed? Thank you.
About 3 centimeters every year, if I remember correctly.
There are different sizes of infinity.
To see this, notice how n equals 1, 2, 3, 4. The set containing all the natural numbers is infinite. We say that 2 sets have the same cardinality, size. If we compare every element of each set together, we would call this a bijection. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4 have the same cardinality, since we can pair n with 2n for all n in n. However, we cannot do this for the real numbers R, the set that contains every rational and irrational number. Therefore, even though R and n both have an infinite amount of elements, they do not have the same cardinality, aka, their cardinalities are different sizes of infinity. Look up Cantor's diagonal argument if you want to see the actual proof of this. Hopefully I explained this at least somewhat decently, lol.
Duh, there is infinity, and then there is to infinity and beyond.
Since pi is an infinitely non-repeating number, if we encode letters by 2 number intervals such that 01 equals A, 02 equals B, 26 equals Z, else equals null, we will have every single event encoded in the number pi. And hashtag X200B. The world's history. It is encoded somewhere in the number pi. Every Facebook DM, every scientific fact, every goodbye, everything is encoded in the number pi.
This isn't quite true. A pattern can be infinite and non-repeating and explicitly not contain every combination. For instance, consider 0.1010010000100000000001. where the quantity of zeros in the gaps between the ones increase by 1 each time. This is infinite and non-repeating, but doesn't ever contain anything other than 0 and 1. Extreme example, sure, but the point hopefully is made. What pi needs to be is also normal number. We suspect this is the case, but there are, as yet, no proofs. A slightly longer write-up of the topic available here.
There was a movie about this called Pi. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't remember the details, but basically a mathematician goes crazy looking for patterns in numbers like this.
I watched that movie. The movie was about how he used pi to beat the stock market, and investments was trying to hunt him down. He went crazy at the end. Using pi to find patterns in the stock market is total bogus IMO.
The death camps in Germany have so many deaths that the topsoil has bone fragments mixed in.
A well-shuffled pack of playing cards is almost certainly in an order that no other pack has ever been in the entire history of playing cards having existed anywhere on Earth. This article explains it quite nicely.
Very cool. I'll be sharing this at birthday parties for sure.
I don't know if you'd consider this a fact, but it's a funny contradiction to conventional wisdom through mathematical proof. 0.99 repeating equals 1. 1 is equal to 1/3 times 3. 1/3 equals 0.33 repeating. 0.33 repeating asterisk 3 equals 0.99 repeating. Therefore 0.99 repeating equals 1.
This is because, at infinity, the value of the number distorts. This proof wouldn't hold if 0.33 wasn't repeating until infinity, but the fact that it does allows this to be true.
Or, the other way around, ask yourself what is 0.999 repeating?
Actually, there is solids proofs, but we lack here the definitions and concepts.
The series 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/3 plus 1/4 plus 1/5 plus is divergent, i.e. by adding enough successive terms you can reach any number, even though the terms themselves get progressively smaller.
Makes sense. Pretty cool.
It is. The first 100 terms sum up to about 5, and it takes around 12,000 terms to reach a total of 10, but if you keep going you'll eventually reach a million, a billion, or whatever number you want.
82% of mass shooters come from a broken home.
Hey, my friend, we appreciate your support, and would love it if you could BOOP the like button.
That's why I always say the solution to the gun problem is raising minimum wage. Make minimum wage high enough so that families can be supported by one income. Gun crime would plummet.
84% of statistics are made up. Sounds fake, but it's been mathematically verified.
That sounding fake is an understatement, and the part where it's been mathematically verified sounds even more sarcastic. Love it.
This questing has been posted here 94 times before with this exact phrasing.
And it's interesting 100% of the time.
That it works 60% of the time, all the time.
It takes 8 hours to drive Michigan's Lower Peninsula from top to bottom, and it also takes 8 hours to drive from the bottom of Michigan to the top of Florida.
Nope. 8 hours Cincinnati to Atlanta. Done it multiple times. Also just Google mapped FL to MI and it said 13 hours, 42 minutes. It's also said 920 miles, so if you did want to do it in 8 hours, you'd have to go 115 miles per hour the whole way, with no stops.
Toronto, Ontario is further south than 7 US state capitals.
The average adult in the UK is PS 30.5k in debt. There must be a couple of absolute lunatics skewing it that high.
I would imagine it includes home loans, which make it much higher. All navel oranges are grown from clones and splices from a single mutated branch on a single tree.
Reno, Nevada is farther west than Los Angeles, California.
More people die from vending machines than sharks every year.
More sharks die from people than from vending machines every year.
France's longest border is with Brazil.
There are more possible permutations of a standard deck of 52 playing cards than there are atoms on Earth. It's almost certain that every time you shuffle, you're creating a new order that has never been created before.